We're checking in for a Walt Disney World staycation.
Hey everybody, it's Mammoth Club on our first Walt Disney World Resort staycation.
We're checking into Gran Destino Tower at Coronado Springs, one of the newest places you can stay in Walt Disney World to showcase luxury on a budget.
Let's get to it.
I'm so hungry.
Yeah, same.
Gran Destino Tower opened here at Coronado Springs Resort in 2019, and like I said, it's one of the newest places that you can stay in Walt Disney World. It is absolutely gorgeous. I can't wait to get inside and show you the lobby. To stay in the Gran Destino Tower, you're gonna wanna select Tower when booking your room at Coronado Springs, and there is a wide range of prices. In the value season, the off-peak season, you're looking at about $345 if you book through Disney, and in the peak season, you're looking at just over $600 in peak season with taxes and fees. We actually booked our room through our friends at Undercover Tourist. Big thanks to them for sponsoring this video, and we ended up paying about $455 on their website. That saved us about $30 compared to booking it directly at Disney, which we are going to use immediately on cocktails and coffee. We checked in online and already got the text message that our room is ready, so we can go straight to our room. Very excited because I think this resort is absolutely gorgeous in the lobby. Have you been here before?
No.
Have you even been in the lobby before?
No.
Have you eaten the delicious foods?
No. How would I have done that if I've not been in the lobby?
I don't know, maybe you're magic. Anyway, that's even more exciting because it's absolutely stunning, so let's get into the lobby. Here we go.
So many trees. Can you have a table like that?
A wooden table? Yeah.
A slab of wood.
Yeah, we can decorate our entire house like this.
Yeah, this is gorgeous. This is absolutely beautiful. I think the light fixtures are incredible. The style of decor is right up my alley. I love everything about this.
And
I also have a ton of Christmas trees, which makes me super happy.
I also want to remind everyone that this is considered a moderate resort.
Come again now?
This is a moderate resort because it's part of Coronado Springs.
Yeah. Oh,
Again, we are actually staying here on Thanksgiving, peak season, and we paid $450.
it's a steal.
You can't stay at a deluxe resort for that. The entirety of the Gran Destino Tower is actually themed after a little-known Walt Disney Salvador Dali collaboration on a short film called Destino. So this entire tower is themed to Spain, Salvador Dali being Spanish. So you're gonna see that in the cuisine, you're gonna see that in the architecture, you're gonna see that in the decor. And this is what I mean by Gran Destino Tower just feels like a great choice for older travelers, a more romantic getaway. You could do a honeymoon here, you could do a romantic anniversary, leave the kids at home, maybe you've got older kids. It just has a more mature feel, it has a more luxurious feel than some of the other resorts. It just feels a little less Disney, but still like you're on vacation than places like Pop Century and Art of Animation, which are the big over-the-top characters in your face. It even feels a little bit more luxurious perhaps than somewhere like the Contemporary, which is still very loud and colorful and bright. But there are still, of course, touches of Disney over here. You've got a portrait of Walt and Mickey. There's a ton of hidden Mickeys throughout the lobby. So you're going to get that Disney magic, but it's just going to be a little bit different than maybe you're expecting. And like I said, our room is ready, so we're gonna go check the room out, do a little room tour, and then we're gonna start eating because this resort truly has some of the best food in Disney World. There are some definite touches of technology upgrades here as well, like the elevators are really fun. If you type what floor you're in, it actually assigns you to an elevator. C. That's this one. Coronado Springs is actually one of Disney's business hotels. It has a huge convention center. So because of that, you see some kind of upticks in technology. You're going to see smarter TVs. You're going to see some smart features throughout the lobby. We'll go check all of that out as well. But those cool elevators are one of the features I love. Hidden Mickey. We have made it to our room. And because of the updates in the app, You actually don't even need a room key. If you have a Magic Band or any other kind of media, including your phone, you can actually unlock your door without stopping at the lobby. And now for the room tour. This is a Tower King room. As you can see, there are also Tower Queen rooms. Thank you, Vanna. This is a standard room. There are concierge rooms, there are fancier rooms, but this is a standard tower room. As you can see, it's very large. It's nice and roomy. And methinks that's Hollywood Studios out the window. You got Tower of Terror right there, Galaxy's Edge. If they had fireworks, we could see them. If you look that way, you can see Spaceship Earth. As you can see, Alan is testing out the bed comfort in a way that everyone lays on the bed. Taking a look at some of the room features, we've got a chair, a couch, a bed, as already shown by Alan. We have these lights. You'll notice the bell design on the lights. A bell tower is a feature in the story of Destino, so you're going to see bells everywhere as part of the decor. These are smart lamps with plugs and USB ports. How's the chair?
It swivels.
Is it comfortable? You've got a large desk here with some drawers. I don't know if you're one of those people that actually unpacks on vacation, but I am not. How's the couch?
No, it's comfortable. I don't fit all the way, but it's comfortable.
I don't know that it's meant to be slept on, but I also don't want to stop your dreams. Also on the countertop / desk, you've got a Keurig with the 50th blend, mini fridge, medicines, leftovers, snacks. Hey dads, here's the thermostat. It's at 65, that's ridiculous. We're pumping that up to 71. How's that chair?
It's good. Got a light.
Here's your full-length mirror so you can get ready. This is very important.
Ow. This is not for sitting.
That's for luggage.
Oh. Or timeout.
Yeah. This is what you're supposed to do there.
That ends up.
Inside the closet, you've got an extra pillow and blankets, hangers, ironing board, iron, safe, another luggage rack, and another full-length mirror.
Mirror.
Coming into the bathroom, you have these very cool sliding doors, these barn doors. Love them. Also a fun detail to look for. Here's a Mickey. Inside the bathroom, you have a shower, sink, another sink, towels, cabinets, tissues, blow dryer. Blow dryer check. This is the most disappointing thing in the room. H2O products, not for long, am I right? Facial soap, aloe, vanity kit, lotion, mouthwash, shower cap. Vanity kit, I'm taking this. This usually has like a safety pin and like a cotton swab and stuff, so that'll be mine. Lighting magnified mirror so you can stare at your pores. Toilet.
Commode.
Banyo.
Bathroom.
Potty.
Okay.
I hate that I said that. I'm sorry. More artwork. This is the main character from Destino. Her name's Dahlia. You'll hear references and see references to her throughout the resort. And this is one of those... Nope. Whoa. That was so I thought it was going to be one of those ones that I might break a nail on. Wow. That is nice. It's the little things, people. But that is so you can have some privacy. And last thing to highlight in the room is the TV. I don't understand why every room at Disney World doesn't have these TVs, but let's check it out. As you can see, we have a beautiful painting of the Gran Destino Tower and Animal Kingdom and some ducks.
Love ducks.
Weather updates, and then you can watch actual TV. You can do Disney on Demand, which has a variety of Disney movies and shows. They have this on the cruise line as well. You could literally watch a recording of Happily Ever After if you want to, which is pretty fun. In addition to Disney World programming, there are shorts, Star Wars shorts, stories. You can do bedtime stories on here. Disney Learning. Also on these devices, you can connect on your device. So if you've got Disney Plus or Netflix or another streaming service that you would like to put on the TV, you can do it. And I literally don't understand why every hotel room does not have this already. You also can access the hotel services here. So if you need information about dining, pool, shopping, etc., you can get that all right there. And lastly, you've got some parks details where you can look at the different park times. If you click a park, it'll tell you some featured entertainment and some other information. So that was a Gran Destino Tower room in a GIF. Do you want to go get some coffee?
Yes.
We are headed to the Barcelona Lounge. Is this LL or L that we're headed to?
LL.
LL. Boop. Use elevator A. Gladly. Another one?
It's a big one.
Oh. A dandelion. Oh, wow. Yeah, from the entryway, lobby singular L, it's pretty. But coming down here to the double L, lower lobby, you really get an idea of just how grand Gran Destino Towers really is. I love that tree.
Here on the lower lobby level, you have the Barcelona Lounge.
Barcelona.
What are you, a kid who went to one semester abroad?
Okay.
You have the Barcelona Lounge, which is open typically from around 6 a.m. till noon, and then reopens again from 3 p.m. to midnight. And it is a coffee bar as well as cocktails and some snacks, munchies. So in the morning, they'll have pastries, they'll have delicious Spanish coffees, and then in the afternoon, they'll still have those delicious Spanish coffees. They'll also have some other munchies as well as some signature cocktails. What's nice about the Barcelona Lounge is you can sit anywhere in this whole vicinity and enjoy things from the lounge. They've got the QR code menus all around the different tables, or you can come sit right up here at the bar and order yourself something tasty. I'm going to point out an incredibly hard to see hidden Mickey, and I know Max and others are probably thinking I'm making this up, but I was here at the opening of this tower, and I was told this by designers that this is a hidden Mickey. So it's actually like a hidden Mickey hat. So think of like a classic Mickey ear hat. Not the headband, the hat. And it's right here. The first ear, that's the easiest thing to see. Look at these whiter, lighter. It makes a circle. The tiles there, it like stands out from the red background. You make a circle right there. And then the other one is right here. It's got a little bit more red, but you can still see it. And then down at the bottom, you've got that like half circle right there. That would be like the Mickey hat that goes on. So you have a hidden Mickey hat. Do you see it? And as no surprise, we're here at a Spanish coffee bar drinking coffee. I went with the Café Bonbon, which is espresso and sweetened condensed milk.
Dine with the cortado, which is espresso and a dash of steamed milk. I also like to call this shot an expression in khaki, which for my eyes, pretty nice.
It's so pretty, I almost don't want to do this. Oh, she failed.
The cortado is very simple. It is espresso and a dash of steamed milk, which is why you can see the foam up at the top here. It is light, the coffee itself is incredibly rich, but a lot of the acidity is going to be cut by that steamed milk, and it will maintain a very warm but not piping hot temperature, which I like because it makes for easy drinking.
The Café Bonbon is delicious. It's a little on the sweeter side when you mix in all of that sweetened condensed milk down at the bottom. So it's, for someone like me who drinks coffee mostly black or just with a hint of milk, it's sweeter. But I think if you drink like frappuccinos and more flavored coffee, it wouldn't be too sweet. I think it's perfect in size. It's a nice, refreshing treat. And you can really just tell that they have excellent, excellent quality coffee here. It doesn't taste like going anywhere else.
The menu seems very authentic with a lot of interesting artisanal cheeses and meats for appetizers, distributed between the Taste of Barcelona, which is a cheese plate. You have a mix of Spanish artisanal cheeses, some marinated olives, hummus, vegetables. There's charcuterie with olives and fig jam, which I'm looking forward to. They also have a number of zero-proof cocktails for those of you who are looking for a non-alcoholic specialty beverage, as well as what seems to be specialty coffees, as well as those same specialty coffees with alcohol, if that is of any interest to you. They also have a build-your-own gin tonic, and it is called that because that is what it's called in Spain, with a series of tonics to select from, being Mediterranean, bitter lemon, aromatic, which I believe they are out of at the moment, as well as elderflower, with pairings of gin to go with those specific tonics, along with a series of specialty cocktails. But as this is a gin bar primarily and a coffee bar, I recommend going with those two items.
Surprising absolutely no one. We decided to go with the charcuterie board as a little appetizer here. It's got a Spanish torta, which is like a Spanish kind of sweet cracker. This one's got anise in it, which is a licorice flavor. Then you have this nice meat and cheese selection. You've got some blue cheese, as well as some manchego goat cheese, fig jam olive, and then a couple of delicious meats right here, as well, a salami and a jamon. And I'm very excited to eat this.
Here's yours.
Is this like the wishbone? It is Thanksgiving. Cheers.
So a lot of people would say, oh, that's just the cheese board. I tend to disagree. The quality of the meat and cheese is incredible. I know that there's a lot of people like, I don't like blue cheese, I don't like that sort of funkier cheese. It's not really a strong flavor. You can certainly tell it's a blue cheese, but it's not going to punch you in the mouth with that sort of funk. Manchego is incredibly high quality, very rich, just a little bit of sharpness on the back end. And the meats are impeccable. That fig jam, though, I will lick the plate for that fig jam.
Yes. No.
Well thought out review. I love it.
One thing that's amazing about the Gran Destino Tower in general is that, again, this is a modern resort, but you are going to get things that you would enjoy at lounges and restaurants at more signature locations. And they import a lot of the stuff, a lot of the cheeses, a lot of the meats, olives, olive oil, things like that are imported from Spain, and they are fabulous. We're going to eat a lot of this video.
All of the food.
One thing I would like to point out is that this torta cracker does have that anise in it, which is what licorice has in it. So it's a very polarizing flavor. I didn't think I'd like it, but it actually balances really well with the meats and the cheeses and the saltiness. It adds like almost a little bit of sweetness. But just know that this cracker may not be everyone's favorite.
So here's a plot twist. I'm not an olive guy, but those olives are incredible.
Which one did you eat?
I ate one of the green ones. You can take a small bite.
I like olives in things, but I think they're too salty on their own.
Right?
It tastes like olive oil more than salt.
Right! It's so good. If you don't like olives, this might be your starter olive. Taking a moment to explore the exterior of the towers, we have billiards that you play with your feet, an area for a campfire, as well as giant checkers and chess boards. There's so much more room for activities.
So many activities!
Taking a little stroll away from Gran Destino Tower now and walking around more of Coronado Springs proper, and it is really a lovely resort. It's got this South American Latin flavor throughout it. It's got these different building clusters throughout, and it is, again, a lovely property. I will say, however, this is the one downfall, in my opinion, about Gran Destino Tower. My downfall of Coronado Springs in general is how big it is and the fact that the only transportation offered through Disney is bus transportation. Because of how big this resort is, they have an internal bus loop, much like at Caribbean Beach or Saratoga Springs. So you could end up, depending on which bus stop you're at, waiting a long time for a bus to arrive. And then you could end up sitting on a bus for a long time before you even head out to the parks because you have to pick up other people along the way. You also run the risk of the bus coming to you and it being full, and when you're ready to go home at night, you have to sometimes wait for multiple stops before they get to your building. Because of the internal bus loop, because there's not monorail, Skyliner, boat, I do recommend using rideshare in the mornings, especially if you're trying to get to a park early for rope drop. In my opinion, it's better to call a minivan or an Uber or a Lyft and get you there than try and wait on that longer Disney transportation.
While there is no dedicated pool at Gran Destino Towers, there is the Los Adios Cibola pool, which is the largest pool located in the Coronado Springs complex. And this is where you have a lot of those poolside activities for families to engage in while they're visiting. There are also 3 leisure pools located at the Casitas, Ranchos, and Cabanas.
We're headed away from the pool, but worth noting there's also a playground, an arcade, and a pool bar here, as well as a volleyball court and a hot tub.
Want to know some fun fact about the hot tub?
I'd love a fun fact about a hot tub.
It is the largest hot tub on Disney property and can fit 22 people.
People soup.
Gross.
Anyway, we are headed to keep eating and drinking because that's what we do on staycations, and we're headed out on the water here. We have made it to our next destination. Now, this is a little confusing because it says Villa del Lago on it, but it actually is called Three Bridges Bar and Grill. The island, technically, that we're on is Villa del Lago, and the restaurant is Three Bridges Bar and Grill. Are you confused? Me too, but doesn't matter because we are headed here for some delicious eats and drinks. Now, Villa del Lago does, nope, I just called it the wrong thing. Three Bridges does not take reservations, but you can join the walk-up wait list, which is what I did to grab a spot here. It is very popular, so I suggest going earlier rather than later, and you can see why, because you've got this gorgeous waterside dining. They've got great apps and drinks here, so excited for course 2. An absolutely gorgeous view as you sit out here. The weather is perfect today. Let's take a look at the menu. So they are known for some of their shareables and dippables. They've got guac and special cheese dip and a corn dip, as well as some salads. They do have full entrees here, so if you're looking for a full meal, they've got a burger, a poke bowl, tacos, pork, steak frites, as well as some desserts. So you could do anything from an appetizer to a full meal. And then looking at the cocktail menu, they are known for their sangrias. They have 4 different sangrias. You can do a flight. They also have a variety of specialty cocktails, wine, beers, and some zero-proof cocktails down at the bottom here. So this is a, I think, underrated, delicious spot to come grab a meal. And we've just ordered some dips and cocktails, and I'm excited for them to arrive. Kicking off our Three Bridges experience, we are going to split the sangria flight so we can get to try a little bit of everything. As you can see, this is quite a serving. This is a $22, a very good deal, I think, because you're getting about a half a glass of all 4 of the different sangrias. From top to bottom, we have the sparkling sangria here. This has got cava in it, which is the Spanish version of champagne, as well as some peach liqueur and lemon. Here we have, oh, it's rotating. Thank you, Vanna.
You're welcome.
Here we have the Blanco, which is the white sangria. It's got wine, elderflower, passion fruit, and lemon in there. You also have the rosé, the rosado. It's got rosé wine, mango rum, citrus vodka, and some desert pear. So a lot of flavors there. And then you have your classic tinto, which is red. You've got wine in here, as well as some orange liqueur. And here are your sangrias. We are going to rank them best to worst.
Okay, so I'm gonna go bottom to top.
I'm going top to bottom, and we are going to find the best sangria. Here you go. I got you this.
Thank you for this gift.
Ooh, this is the sparkling. I definitely feel the bubbles, and I taste the peach. So it's sweet because of the peach, but it's not overwhelmingly sweet because of the bubbles.
This is the red. It is very orange forward, and then there is a subtle dryness on the back end that reminds you that it is red wine. Really good and very refreshing.
I have the white one now.
This is the Rosado.
This one's too sweet for me. It does have a lemon kick, which I really appreciate because lemon's one of my favorite flavors, but this tastes kind of like a mimosa, even though it's not a sparkling wine. So this one's a little too sweet for my particular palate.
Wow, that is a lot of flavors. It is also very strong. If this is a flight, keep your tray tables and seat backs in the full and upright and locked positions.
It's a little too sweet for me as well.
Yeah, very sweet.
I'm ready to rank. For me, number 1, red. Number 2, sparkling. Number 3, white. And number 4, rosé. I did not think it was going to go that way.
For me, it is number 1, red. Number 2, sparkling. Number 3, rosé. Number 4, white.
But this is really fun and a good way to try all of them. Definitely shareable, I think, especially as you're finding a favorite. They also actually have a Sangria University here. You could be a graduate of Sangria University, a real dream of mine. And it is a class where they teach you how to make the sangria. If you would like to see us take that class, let us know. Please let us know if you'd like us to do that.
We're going to take the class. We also picked up the roasted corn dip as well as the warm manchego and Oaxaca cheese dip. The roasted corn dip is composed of roasted corn, smoked tomato aioli, Parmesan cheese, tagine, and tortilla chips. Now, it is a full vegan option, meaning the Parmesan cheese and the aioli are both vegan.
They're in air quotes on the menu. Parmesan.
They are indeed in air quotes on the menu.
Look at my cool new manicure. That's really what I was doing. Okay.
Anyway, the warm manchego and Oaxaca cheese dip is composed of chorizo, roasted red peppers, and tortilla chips, along with the manchego and Oaxaca cheese. I am so excited.
I am digging into the corn dip, which I'm excited about. This used to be a secret menu item, and now they are screaming it loud and proud.
Does it have the juice?
It has the juice. I can't imagine a more beautiful thing. Is that TikTok dead yet? Yes, we're old. Anyway, this is phenomenal. And as someone who eats a lot of real cheese, you would never have any idea that this is completely plant-based, which is shocking to me because I'm normally a fake cheese detector. But it is so good. It is creamy and delicious. It's a little bit salty because of the tagine and the topping on there. It's also got this real richness and this tomato flavor in the aioli, and you can tell it was roasted corn. Like, it tastes like it came off the grill, so it's got a nice smoky flavor as well. This is phenomenal. Cannot recommend this enough.
I will be enjoying the manchego and Oaxaca cheese dip, and oh my lord, this cheese bowl. Okay, then. Cheese cheers.
There is a depth of flavor to that is unexpected and delightful. The chorizo is present and clear. It is meaty and spicy, but not to the point where I think people who are spice sensitive would struggle. It is just enough to sort of let you know it's there and then fade away. Because the richness of the manchego and Oaxaca cheeses come in and immediately sort of envelop you. Oh, wow. That's good. You okay? Well, all right.
No, keep talking.
Okay, yeah. Here, do you need help?
Yeah, I got it. Oh, yeah.
What I'm saying is, that's an incredible cheese.
I'm going to do something revolutionary.
Oh, you're doing this too?
Oh, a double dip? I'm sure this is not revolutionary in any way. Oh. It's so good. I know I've said it like 10 times already in this video, but it really is a beautiful resort, especially the tower all lit up at night. Now we're headed back inside. We're gonna pop into the main part of Coronado Springs quick just to show where the merchandise shop is, as well as some of the other dining that's part of the main resort. And then we're headed back to the tower.
Back to the tower.
The tower. David Jones.
Nope.
I'm so good at pirate accents.
Nope.
I am the sea.
Here in El Centro, you are going to find Maya Grill, which is another sit-down restaurant, El Mercado, which is going to be your quick service, and Rick's Sports Bar and Grill. This is actually a great place to watch a game. They also have Wachos, which are nachos made on waffle fries, and they're delicious. But we don't have enough time, and we're focusing on Gran Destino Tower this video, sticking to the dining options in there. But it's just a short walk away from Gran Destino Tower to the main part of the resort in case you need anything. This main part of the resort is also where you've got Panchitos, which is the gift shop here. So let's go see what thing I definitely don't need, but we'll probably buy anyway. Hot cocoa surprise melts. The real question is, do I need any of these ears?
Do you?
No.
Okay.
I have pretty much all the ones I like, but what I am enjoying in here is the exclusive Coronado Springs merchandise. You've got a tumbler, a polo. I don't know who's buying the polo, but for us, often buy a magnet of places we've stayed, and I like that it is Gran Destino Tower on the magnet there. What do you have?
Pure habanero.
Hot sauce?
Yeah.
Do we need that?
Yeah. Maybe, but yes.
Be into all the cocoa merch here. But here's Panchitos. They also have a section with some sundries, including snacks, drinks, if you want to take those back to your room, as well as some medicine and over-the-counter toiletries and things in case you forgot anything.
And with that, we are headed to the lobby to make our way back to the room for dinner this evening. And, we're getting ears. I lied.
You didn't see this at first. They only had 2 pairs left.
I'm glad you got them.
Me too. This is the old check-in for Coronado Springs, which they've completely redone because everything is smart check-in here. So this is another area you can come to if you'd like to relax. They've got some games, and it's just absolutely beautiful when you come in here, and it just feels classy and new and different. But we are headed through this little tunnel right here. Not a tunnel, hallway. Hallway is a better word. Tunnel? It's a tunnel.
What?
It feels kind of like a tunnel. We're headed back to the tower. Back in the Gran Destino Tower, gonna check out a few things in the lobby, and then we're gonna go get ready to go up to the tippy top for dinner and cocktails. I just like to highlight how elegant this resort is. I love the mirrors, I love the chairs, I love the tables. It just feels very upscale and very luxurious. And again, this is a smart resort. It's a little more tech friendly. So you'll see things like plugs and USB ports throughout the lobby in various places. You have your front desk here as well as your concierge cast members. So if you do have any issues or you're not able to do online check-in, you can come speak to them. And over on this side, you've got these really long, beautiful tables that are again smart and tech friendly. They have light fixtures with the USB ports and the plugs. So again, this is a business resort. So if you are here and you needed somewhere to plug in your laptop or your phone and do a little bit of work, you could absolutely do that. You've also got these beautiful panels that are normally not these colors. It normally is more on the warm scale. I remember pinks and oranges and yellows as well. But of course, it's the holiday time, so they're red and green. And within some of the panels, you'll actually see little hidden Mickeys. So there are Disney touches. Obviously, you're still in Walt Disney World and you still know you're in Walt Disney World, but it's a lot more muted. Also important to note that Coronado Springs is the only moderate resort or value resort to have a fitness center. Normally those are only in deluxe resorts, but because this is a business resort, you have not 1 but 2 fitness centers on property, in case you're the kind of person that works out when you're on vacation.
That's me.
Of course it is. I truly think the elevators are a highlight. Mickey.
Back in the room. Time to get ready for dinner. See you in a sec. What are you doing?
A Harry Potter marathon is on.
Oh.
Prisoner of Azkaban is starting.
In any case, we clean up nice.
We are headed to floor 16, the rooftop for the Dahlia Bar. Using elevator C, it says? B, it says?
Look up.
B, yes, I saw that. Yes, there it is.
On floor 16, you have 2 options. One is the Dahlia Lounge and the other is Toledo. The Dahlia Lounge does not take reservations, but Toledo does. Interestingly enough, Dolly is the name of the main character in the Destino cartoon, and once more you see the bells, the recurring theme throughout all of Gran Destino Tower. As you enter the Dahlia Lounge, you see the light fixtures which look just like dandelion flowers, as well as dandelion flower petals flitting throughout these columns. Another recurring theme throughout the Destino story.
One of my favorite parts of the tower is this wall right here. It's got pictures of Walt and Salvador Dali, as well as stills from the cartoon. My favorite picture is this one right here, where they are with the Lily Bell, which is Walt Disney's backyard train.
Ah, the Carrollwood Pacific Railroad.
Look at that, just 2 dudes with sweet mustaches.
I wish I could grow a mustache like that. Would that be a good look?
Sure.
Okay, so that's a no.
They're actually playing the cartoon behind the bar, as well as they have a Dali book right here, a Salvador Dali book. And what's so interesting about Destino is it was started in 1945 by Walt and Salvador Dali, but because of World War II, they never actually finished it or released it. It was storyboarded by John Hench, who's an incredible Imagineer responsible for building structures such as Cinderella Castle, Space Mountain, and Spaceship Earth. But again, it never saw the light of day until 2003, when Roy E. Disney, Walt's nephew, son of Roy O. Disney, Walt's brother, the financial genius behind the Walt Disney Company, unearthed it while working on Fantasia 2000. He had animators finish it and complete it and release it in 2003. So it's just a very interesting thing that Walt never actually got to see it in his lifetime. And now there's literally an entire building on Walt Disney World property dedicated to this little known cartoon. What's especially wonderful about the Dahlia Lounge is not only is it beautiful on the inside, it's beautiful on the outside as well. And that's because it has an incredible view of Walt Disney World. Again, we are 16 stories up right now, so you can actually see Hollywood Studios. You can see Tower of Terror over here. The projections are going on it for the holidays. You can see the Chinese Theater as well as Galaxy's Edge. If you were to really crank over this way, you could see Epcot as well. I can see the Swan and Dolphin area. We'll see Epcot a little bit better from Toledo, which is the main restaurant here we're going to after Dahlia. Keep looking that way and you can actually see Blizzard Beach as well. That kind of lit up area over there, that's Summit Plummet. And while this isn't quite the romantic view of California Grill, where you can look down on Magic Kingdom, or even Riviera, where you can look down a little bit more on Epcot and the Skyliner area, it's still really fun to be up here, and it still is a really nice view. Have to get out of here because someone just said that Galaxy's Edge was full over this.
The Dahlia Lounge menu covers a variety of different toppings, which covers everything from very light to heavy options. Things like the tortilla española, which is spinach, white beans, and olive relish, all the way down to some very unique sherry honey glazed wings, croquettes, as well as a charcuterie option and other artisanal cheeses. You'll also find some very unique Spanish and California wines, as well as some very interesting specialty cocktails that you can have that are unique not only to the Dahlia Lounge, but also Gran Destino Towers as a whole. Much like the other bar and lounge locations in Gran Destino Towers, there's a heavy gin focus at Dahlia Lounge, but that certainly does not exclude the other bar accoutrement you may find. Most specifically, sherry, as well as other wine options unique to the Dahlia Lounge.
Cocktails have arrived, and I am finally excited to enjoy a Grand Gin Tonic. This is Gran Destino Tower's signature beverage. You can get it at several of the locations here, including Barcelona Lounge, as well as obviously Dahlia Lounge. It's Tanqueray Gin, house-made saffron orange tonic, and soda water. It's got a beautiful rosemary sprig right there. I've had this before, and it's always been fabulous, so I can't wait to dive in.
As for me, I got the La Lavanda Gin Tonic. And I'm going to be honest with you, my attempts to pronounce the specific gin in this drink are going to be horrendous. So I'm going to try, and then please feel free to correct me because I know I'm not saying it well, but I am going to give it my best. It's Zoraguer Gin de Mahon, Q Tonic, lime juice, and soda water. From the way it sounds, it is a very simple gin tonic with a little bit of a lime twist. So I'm very excited to taste the full flavor of this gin.
Okay, let's dive in. Cheers. Oh wow. La Lavanda Gin Tonic is truly the most perfect expression of a gin tonic. The gin itself has a lot of juniper and pine elements, which you're going to get from a very good gin. The lime adds a nice layer over top of citrus that doesn't take anything away from the flavors, but just adds to that complexity. And the tonic is mild. It doesn't take anything away. This is purely a gin tonic. So if you are a gin tonic drinker and you like the flavor of gin, this is for you. Because there's nothing fancy, but just a lot of very high quality ingredients that you can taste.
Cheers. Just as delicious as I remember. Now, I like gin just fine, but it's far from being one of my favorite drinks. It's far from being a go-to drink like Alan. I'm much more of a bourbon or tequila drinker. However, this is fabulous. And I think you can attribute a lot of that to the house-made saffron orange syrup. It's definitely a little bit of sweetness, a little bit of herbaceous, but not overwhelming at either one. It's not sickly sweet. It helps balance that gin kind of herbiness that a lot of people don't like. But you can absolutely still taste the gin. This is a very delicious drink. I think you have to like kind of an earthier drink to enjoy it because it also has that rosemary sprig, but it's a very approachable way to try a gin tonic, and honestly, one of the best gin tonics I've ever had. So if you're here, why not try the signature drink? Also unrelated, who do you think Disney's glass distributor is? Because these cups are fabulous.
Yeah, I want them.
They're very Belle-like, which I'm sure is on purpose, but they're amazing.
Now, the entire reason we came to the Dahlia Lounge is to treat this like our appetizer course. So we got the ham and cheese bocadillo, which is jamon serrano, manchego cheese, roasted garlic aioli, honey on a toasted baguette, as well as crispy artichokes, which are fried artichokes with the raspberry grape gastrique drizzled over top. I am incredibly intrigued by these crispy artichokes and cannot wait to give them a shot. Now, this ham sandwich is going to be incredible.
Oh my god. All right, that's unfair to other sandwiches.
I want to cry. It's so good.
The bread is perfectly toasted. It tastes like it's been toasted. So the bread on both sides has been dipped in olive oil and then toasted. The jamon serrano is just a little bit spicy. Very much a cured meat.
A little salty, but it's balanced so nicely by that honey.
Yes, the honey drizzle over top is really what sells it. And
Plus a garlic aioli. I love an aioli. I don't like mayonnaise, but I love an aioli.
that is so good because it's very balanced. I have literally nothing negative to say about that sandwich.
Simple deliciousness is my favorite kind of food, and this nails it.
Full disclosure, I'm not trying to...
I'm not either. I'm just going to put the whole thing in my mouth.
Ready?
Yep.
Cheers. Now wait a minute.
What?
What?
Those are fabulous.
I would take that over a chip any day of the week.
Okay, don't be crazy. I don't even know that I compare them to a chip. I love artichokes, but it's unlike any artichoke I've ever had. They're super crispy, they're super flaky, they're almost buttery, and then they have a little bit of sweetness and tartness from this great gastrique on them.
They still have they maintain the acidity of an artichoke heart. So you're not going to miss that from an artichoke.
But they're so crispy.
Yeah, those sort of the leaves of the artichoke have been fried.
And when I say buttery, I don't mean literal butter, because these are plant-based. So there's not butter, there's probably olive oil.
But even still, the fact that it's so rich while being offset by the gastrique.
Those are unlike anything I've had. And they're fantastic.
But they're still approachable, too.
Wow.
Phenomenal.
Wrapped up our appetizer course here at Dahlia Lounge and headed now all the way the long trek to Toledo. Toledo Tapas Steak and Seafood is the restaurant here at the top of Gran Destino Tower. This is a full-service restaurant, but it is going to be surprising, I think, when I tell you that it is not a signature restaurant, which is shocking to me by the quality of the food, by the gorgeousness of the restaurant, by the view you're going to get overlooking some of Walt Disney World. It feels like it should be a signature restaurant, just like this resort feels like it should be deluxe, but it's not. So the price point is fabulous, and this is a really, I think, kind of an underrated hidden gem as far as Disney World dining goes. You know how I know this is a luxury location?
Do tell.
It has the fancy paper towels in the back. You know what I'm talking about? Those thick rice paper
That you have to like pull up from the...
Coronado Springs. Welcome to Toledo, and as you can see, it's an absolutely stunning restaurant with the ceiling to mirror a sunset. You even have olive trees right here in the restaurant to represent that amazing olive oil. You've got a show me kitchen over here where the chefs are putting together what looks like a magnificent charcuterie board that obviously I'm going to order. You have an incredible wine list as well with a bunch of Spanish wines. So this is, again, not a signature restaurant, but it certainly looks and feels like one. Taking a look at the menu here, of course, we start with our tapas and starters. They have a chorizo, they have a charred octopus, which is actually quite delicious, a pan con tomate, they have the Spaniard for two. That's that amazing charcuterie board I've eyed over there. They do have a prefix menu. It's $155, but that is for two. You get the flight of four pinchos, which is a Spanish word for just a bite. It's like even smaller than an appetizer. It's basically enough for a bite of each thing. And they have a variety of those you can get as part of the prefix, or you can just order that flight of four pinchos out on its own. If you continue with the signature dinner, you're also going to get the Spaniard, the charcuterie board. You're going to get the bone and ribeye for two, and you're going to get their signature dessert. You don't have to do that signature prefix meal, of course. You can look at the entrees. Again, we're here for Thanksgiving, so they've added a turkey dinner onto the menu just for the holiday. Beyond that, they have a sustainable fish. They have lamb. They have a variety of steak, a couple of seafood dishes, as well as a plant-based cauliflower. Looking at the cocktail menu, they continue to have a variety of signature cocktails, including that Grand Gin Tonic that I had over at Dahlia. They have a variety of beers and seltzers, as well as some zero-proof cocktails. And, of course, they have an incredible wine list, which isn't surprising considering that wine fridge we were just checking out. But you can see here they have a wide variety of sparkling whites, reds, and rosés, all mostly hailing from Spain. Our course one has appeared, and yeah, we had to get another appetizer because apps and desserts are the way to go. If I could only eat appetizers for the rest of my life, I would. And how could we resist this beautiful charcuterie board? It's got 4 different kinds of meat going on. It has jamon iberico, jamon serrano, it's got a chorizo. It also has some beautiful olives here. Several different types of cheeses, including a blue cheese that's made out of goat's milk, manchego sheep's cheese, as well as a cow's milk cheese. There's some olives, there's some oranges, as well as Marcona almonds on here. There's some fig jam hiding over here, some crostines, and more of that torta. So this is a beautiful charcuterie board, and I can't wait to dig in. I've done a little bit of the manchego, the chorizo, and the fig. Cheers. It's so incredibly good. Like I said earlier, they import a lot of the ingredients. So these cheeses, these meats, these olives, those are all imported from Spain. And it's just such high quality ingredients. I would be the happiest girl in the world if I ate charcuterie boards for the rest of my life, every meal. This is a very, very good one. Very high quality ingredients. So to mix and match, choose your own adventure tale, a great way to kick off the meal here. Oh, you going for a little olive there?
Absolutely.
Are you going to get a little fig jam?
Oh, I already got it on here.
You've got fig jam, okay?
You want to hear something fun about figs?
A fun fact about figs?
You know how figs are pollinated?
No.
So there is a specific wasp called a fig wasp. And female fig wasps carry pollen and are effectively trapped by the fig, lay their eggs in the fig, and then die and provide nutrients to the fig as the males are hatched from the fig. So what you're eating when you're eating fig is dead wasp. Cheers. There's an issue with olives being in olive oil. Because what you're doing is you're just having olives bathe in the juices of their corpses.
But it's spicy and delicious.
It's delightful. They have an orange slice in it.
Alan is having an olive-related crisis.
Because they're delicious, and I hate olives normally.
I think you just haven't had good olives.
I haven't. Now I have. And it's problematic. Those were so good.
Yeah.
They weren't stuffed with
No, they're
budget blue cheese.
they're spicy.
They didn't have little pickled peppers in there.
No, they're just really high-quality Spanish olives soaked in olive oil with spices.
And for the entree, we're gross and are sharing our entree. It is the marinated hanger steak that would normally come with fingerling potatoes, salsa verde, greens, and blistered peppers. But I asked, and we've substituted the fingerling potatoes with the olive oil potato puree, and I'm not upset about it.
It's probably polite to cut this perfectly cooked, medium rare bit of steak into smaller bites and eat it, but I'm not going to do that.
I did cut a bite, and I got the potatoes, the peppers, and the salsa and everything.
Let's talk about the steak first. It is marinated so splendidly. It is juicy, flavorful throughout. You're not losing any of it to just that sort of grainy, meaty texture. Well-cooked medium rare all the way through. The olive oil potato puree has great flavor of olive oil throughout. High quality olive oil in the potato. No lumps. The texture is very smooth. The shishito peppers carry that pepper flavor throughout. I think as a whole bite, and this is a high bar given that sandwich we had earlier, this is the best bite that I have had on Disney property in years. I'm kind of at a loss. By the way, as if it wasn't enough, the olive oil potato puree has manchego cheese in it. And the puree that we have on the side, every time I think I cook well, I have one of these meals. And I realize I'm average at best. And I'm okay with that.
The fact that this is a $35 steak, and I'm just constantly blown away by this restaurant, the ambiance, the decor, the quality of the ingredients, and the meal, the fact that it's not a signature restaurant. So full after eating all day, including that amazing steak, but can't resist looking at the dessert menu. The Toledo Tapas Bar is their signature dessert, and spoiler alert, you're going to see it up close and personal in just a few moments. They also have a 50th anniversary almond cheesecake, a crema catalana, a cafe con leche, and a couple plant-based items. The panna cotta is a seasonal item, but the avocado mousse is something they have most of the time. They have some press pot coffee, some specialty Spanish coffees, including some of the ones we had downstairs earlier. As I flip through, they also have some of the coffees with alcohol, dessert spirits, brandies, liqueurs, as well as some dessert wines. As promised, here is our dessert. It's the signature Toledo Tapas Bar. It's a progressive dessert tasting. Now, the entire thing is kind of like a giant Kit Kat. It's a chocolate wafer bar, but then there are 5 different dollops of flavor on the top. And we were told to start with the one here on the right, which is vanilla cheesecake. Then you're looking at a lemon curd, a raspberry mousse, a chocolate mousse, and a Spanish coffee custard. So you get 5 different flavors all within one dessert. Let's go. You can see right in there, it's like a wafery style dessert. Cheers. It's so rich and delicious. Oh my god.
Okay, best to worst. What are yours?
Best to worst flavor. And I'm gonna go worst to best.
You're gonna worst it.
Worst to best. Number 5, chocolate.
Worst chocolate, okay?
Number 4, vanilla cheesecake. Number 3, raspberry. Number 2, coffee. Number 1, lemon.
Interesting take. We agree on number 5. Chocolate is the worst. Number 4 is vanilla cheesecake. I agree there. Number 3, lemon.
Crazy.
Number 2, coffee. Number 1, raspberry.
Well, we both put a fruit on top. I know I like the lemon the best because the bar itself is very, very rich, which is why I put chocolate on the bottom, because together it was incredibly rich, whereas the lemon had that tartness to break it up, and I thought it was fabulous.
In a similar way, chocolate is very rich and it needed a sweet acidity to break it up, which is why I put raspberry at the top.
Overall, I think a really good and a really fun, very shareable dessert. I think it's fun to go on that journey together of the 5 different flavors. And normally I say that table service restaurant and quick service restaurant desserts are a skip, because I think you can get better desserts out at stands in the park or ice cream or something like that. But I actually think this is well worth trying.
You get 5 mini desserts in one. And that's just fun. Okay, let's talk about how wonderful that was.
Let's talk about how wonderful the food is at Gran Destino Tower in general.
The entire day, hopping between a variety of different locations has just been splendid. And it culminates here.
I think the food at this resort, specifically Gran Destino Tower, I think it rivals places like Animal Kingdom Lodge, the Polynesian, Riviera. It is really, really good food and drink and beautiful locations. And again, this is a moderate level resort.
What is accomplished here is it is a menu that is approachable, that anybody can look at and see and find something that they want to try. And then you're going to get very high quality ingredients with a chef that clearly knows what they're doing. And it's impeccable. It really is so wonderful.
All right, so we've eaten at 4 different locations today. What have been the highlights for you?
Okay. I think for an app, the ham and cheese sandwich that we had at the Dahlia
That
Lounge,
was fantastic.
wild
Yeah.
how good that was. And then, surprisingly for me, a dessert makes the list. It is the 5-tier Toledo's Tapas Bar that we had here tonight. That is the first dessert that has ever made my list.
For me, I also liked that ham sandwich, but I'm going to shout out the artichokes at Dahlia Lounge.
Yeah.
I'm also going to shout out the steak. Here, amazing at a not signature price, a phenomenal steak. And the sides and the accompaniments make me like it more than places like Yachtsman, which are signature and more expensive because it's more unique and different than just a nice steakhouse. I also had very good drinks all over, but I'm gonna shout out the sangria flight out at the water there. I think that's fun. It's different. Try a little something new. Plus, a lot of good charcuterie today, which I've never met about.
So much charcuterie. If you haven't noticed, Harry Potter is still on. The marathon is still going.
We're on Goblet of Fire. Feels weird to watch Harry Potter at Disney World.
It does.
Also, hold on.
Okay.
Look at Tower Terror lit up. You can see the sign. And you can see, look how cool Spaceship Earth looks from here. We couldn't quite see the fireworks from upstairs for Harmonious because it doesn't cut that way enough. So while this is not the same thing as staying at Contemporary and being able to see Magic Kingdom fireworks, or being at Riviera on Topolinos and being able to see Harmonious, it still is cool to be able to see the park from here. And truthfully, if Hollywood Studios had fireworks, we'd be able to see them. But they don't.
They don't. So anyway, we've got to be up early tomorrow.
It's the first day of Festival of the Holidays. We're going to Epcot bright and early.
And you're going to come with us, so we'll see you then.
Night-night.
Bye.
Good morning.
Morning.
It was just a few seconds for you, but it was a lovely many hours for us.
True. And it's the first day of Festival of the Holidays.
So we are going to go get coffee and then head off to Epcot.
We wait.
They even have Joffrey's.
Thank you so much for joining us on our staycation at Gran Destino Towers.
Hopefully you saw this is the perfect place if you want a little luxury on a tighter budget. And thank you again to our friends over at Undercover Tourist for sponsoring this video and helping us save on our room. A lot of people don't realize that Undercover Tourist offers discounts at hotels both on and off site at Walt Disney World, Universal Orlando, Disneyland, and beyond. And with hotels booking so quickly these days, it's great to know they offer a full refund on these theme park rooms as long as they're canceled at least 5 days prior to check-in.
And it's good to know you can save on rooms only or bundle it with their authorized discount theme park tickets to save even more, and use that towards coffee or other treats.
Let us know which resort you'd like to stay at next, and in the meantime, be sure to like the video, subscribe if you're new, and hit that notification bell.
And until next time, friends, I'm Molly.
And I'm Alan.
It's been magical. Bye. Now go watch the Festival of the Holidays video we're filming right now.